Good afternoon, students. Today we are going to discuss new unit, that is transient analysis. So far we analyze the circuits. That circuit consists of a purely resistive networks. Right. So far we analyze the circuit purely resistive networks. Just we apply some voltage and observe the response of the circuit. Observe the response of the circuit, like find out voltage, current and power. So far we analyze the circuits purely resistive network. That means a circuit it consists of only whatever may be the combination, purely it is a resistive network. By applying some KVL and KCL analysis methods, we are going to find voltage, current and power across each and every element. Right? Now we coming to in transient analysis. In addition to pure resistor, the circuit consists of resistor and capacitor, resistor, inductor, or combination of resistor, inductor and capacitor. Now we analyze the circuit. Something like it is a switch. Now we observe the response. Now here the circuit configuration is in addition to resistor, add two reactive components like a capacitor or inductor or combination of capacitor and inductor. Now observe the response. Again response, find the voltage or current across each and every element. Now here the response consists of two parts. One is transient response. One is transient response and another one is steady state response. One is transient response and another one is steady state response. Now here it is the switch. Switch is closed, maybe depending upon in the circuit configuration, where S is a switch. Switch is closed or open at time constant, suppose at t is equal to 0 or at t is equal to some 2 seconds, like that switch is opened or switch is closed at particular time instant, t is equal to 0 or t is equal to 2 seconds. Now the response consists of, the response of this particular circuit consists of transient response plus steady state response. Now in this unit we have to analyze the circuits. Circuit consists of a RC combination or RL combination or RLC combination, either it is connected in series connection or parallel connection, and again there is a switch. Depending upon the time interval, the switch is closed or open. Now observe the response, transient response as well as steady state response. Once again here, so far we analyze the circuit. Circuit consists of purely resistive networks, only resistors and dependent or independent sources. Now we observe the response using KVL and KCL, find voltage and current and power. Now coming to the in this circuit especially, in addition to resistor, again another two components, these two reactive components, capacitor, inductor or LC combination, RC, RL or RLC circuits. Now analyze the response. Now here the response is a sum of transient response as well as steady state response. Now before going to the in detail analysis, briefly once again we analyze we study the behavior of RLC components. Behavior of components. Okay, already we studied first unit briefly. Again we study in detail what is the behavior of RLC components. First we study resistor. Time varying. Now the voltage across this resistor VAB or sometimes V of t if it is time varying. Now the current flowing through the resistor I of t is equal to VAB by R or V of t by R. That means the relation between terminal voltage and current relation. This is called terminal INV relation. That is I of t is equal to depends upon V of t by R. Okay, Ohm's law is equal to V by R. Now consider some time varying voltage. Now this is the voltage. Here it is a V of t, here it is V of. Now coming to the current. Current also same as the response. The shape of the current also same as V response, V, and only thing is this is divided by R. Now this is I of t. Now here in this circuit, now here in this component, suppose I want to find the current at T1. I want to find current at T1. Current at T1 mainly depends upon, suppose I of T1 mainly depends upon instantaneous voltage at that time instant. So V of T1 by R. That means the current mainly depends upon, at that instantaneous current depends upon instantaneous voltage by R. So now based on this we can say that the resistor is a memoryless element. Resistor is a memoryless element. That means it cannot store any type of charge or voltage. Now coming to the another factor, power. Resistor always dissipates the power in the form of 8. Already we know power is equal to V into I. Then that is equal to V is equal to I into R. I square into R. So in a resistor, this much amount of energy is lost or power is lost. So always a resistor dissipate energy in the form of 8. Right? This is about a simple component, a resistor component. Here final conclusion is the terminal relation between current and voltage is always instantaneous current depends upon instantaneous voltage divided by R. And one more thing is resistor always dissipates the power. There is a loss of power in resistive network. Right? This is about resistor, and resistance is a memoryless element. That means it is not a dynamic element, it is a static element. It cannot store any type of voltage or. Now second element, inductor. Second element, inductor. So inductor. Now the terminal voltage relationship between inductor, in inductor, terminal voltage. Already we know that V is equal to, or V of t is equal to L into di by, okay, or V is equal to L di by dt. From that, di by dt is equal to di by dt is equal to V by L. Then differentiation of di by dt is equal to, or V of t by L. Then integrate both sides. Di by dt is equal to 1 by L integration of we have, okay, this is dt, and integration of di is equal to V of t. Now I of t is equal to 1 by L integral V of t. Now here the terminal current here, current in inductor is 1 by L integral into V of t into dt. Now what are the limits? Here the limits are questioned. Here the limits are minus infinity to t. So that I of t is equal to 1 by L constant minus infinity to t V of t into d. That means the instantaneous current I of t depends upon previous history to present instantaneous time voltage in differentiation. Now here, that means what it represents means, now this is the time, this is something like V of t, and this is the voltage. Suppose I want to find current at t, that depends upon, this is 0 and here it is minus infinity. So that previous history. The current in an inductor depends upon minus infinity to 2. So this is the previous history. So now we can say that current, instantaneous current depends upon I depends upon, I of t depends upon previous history, previous voltages. Okay. Now based on this we can say that inductor is a memory element. Inductor is a memory element. Why? Because the current, instantaneous current depends upon the previous values of voltages. Previous values of voltage means it must having a capacity of storage. So now we can say that inductor is a memory element. So once again, here the relation between terminal voltage and current relationship in inductor is I of t is equal to 1 by L minus infinity to t V of t dt. So instantaneous current depends upon the previous voltages, right? So now again I of t also can be written as 1 by L integral minus infinity to it is some 0 V of t dt plus 1 by L some 0 to t V of t d. So this integration can be split into two parts, 1 by L minus infinity to 0, 0 to t. Now this integration is called initial current in a inductor. Initial current in a inductor. Now I of t is equal to sum I of 0. So initial current plus 1 by L integral 0 to t v of t into dt. If initial current is equal to 0, then I of t is equal to 1 by L integral 0 to t v of t into dt. If initial current I of 0 is equal to 0. So this is about inductor. In inductor, main points are: this is the terminal voltage and current relationship in inductor, and second one is inductor is a memory element. If initial current through inductor is 0, then thermal relationship between I of t is equal to 1 by L 0 to t v of t dt. Now initial conditions. Initial conditions. Okay. Coming to this expression, we know that in inductor I of t is equal to 1 by L minus infinity t v of t into dt. This can be broken as into 3. Then I of t is equal to 1 by L minus infinity to 0 minus v of t dt plus 1 by L 0 minus to 0 plus v of t dt plus 1 by L 0 plus to t v of t into dt. Okay, in entire transient analysis, you can always concentrate on 0 minus, 0 plus and greater than 0. Okay, at 0, okay, 0 minus, at 0 and 0 plus. Generally at 0, switching action takes place. There is a switch may be closed or switch may be open. At 0, generally at 0 or 0 or some other times at t is equal to t1. In a circuit, switch may be, there is a one switch may be closed or switch may be open. Then what is the response of the circuit? Circuit consists of resistor and inductor, or resistor and capacitor, or all. Now coming to this one. That means, observe here, this is at 0, this is at t is equal to 0. 0 minus, just before 0, okay, just before 0, 0 plus means just after 0. So it is very difficult to show here, so I am assuming this is 0 minus. Similarly here it is, I am assuming 0 plus. 0 minus, 0 plus. In practical, this is 0, 0 minus, 0 plus. Very a small area. This is in practical very small. And somewhat here it is t is equal to infinity. Here it is minus infinity. It is somewhat like a voltage v of t. Okay, this integration is broken into 3 parts. Suppose now I want to calculate I of 0 plus. I want to calculate I of 0 plus. So according to this one, I of 0 plus is equal to 1 by L integral minus infinity to 0 minus v of t dt plus 1 by L integral 0 minus to 0 plus v of t dt. simplify this one. Okay, concentrate on the second term. 1 by integral 1 by L integral 0 minus to 0 plus. Okay, here this is the 0, this is 0 minus, this is 0 plus. Now integration. That means area under this one is that is equal to 0. The second term is equal to 0. That means here it is a constant. Here it is a constant, then constant area is equal to 0. Now I of 0 plus is equal to 1 by L integral minus infinity to 0 minus V of t dt. That means according to our definition, according to first this one, suppose this is 1, I of t is equal to 1 by L minus infinity to t V of t dt. Now according to this one, minus infinity to 0 minus, now this one is I of 0 minus. That is I of 0 plus is equal to I of 0 minus. So this is an important relation in inductor. That means inductor does not allow sudden change in current. So inductor does not allow sudden change in current. Sudden change in current. Okay. I of 0 plus is equal to, sorry, inductor does not allow sudden change in input. Right. Sudden change in input. The current is continuous. That indicates that the current is continuous. This is the important one. Now here I of t is equal to, inductor is coming to this one. T is equal to 0, t is equal to 0 plus, t is equal to infinity. It is an inductor with initial current I of 0 minus is equal to 0. Okay, initial current through inductor is 0, then the behavior is a open circuit. Open circuit. Here the current is equal to 0. At t is equal to 0 plus, this is 0 minus. 0 plus also there is no current. Here no current, here also no current. Then we can say that is a open circuit. At t is equal to infinity, it behaves like a short circuit. It allows the maximum amount of current. The behavior is a short circuit behavior. Initially, inductor current is equal to 0. 0 minus current is 0. T is equal to 0 plus. What is here? I of 0 plus is equal to I of 0 minus. So that is equal to, is a current is 0 open circuit. Similarly, suppose inductor having some I of 0 minus is equal to some I naught. There is some current. Now t is equal to 0 plus, it also behaves like a short circuit. Short circuit. How much of current? I naught of current. In coming to t is equal to infinity, same I naught of current, and also it behaves like a short circuit. Okay, remember these two cases. Here in case 1, inductor current is equal to 0. At t is equal to 0 plus, open circuit, no current. Here also no current. Here also no current, here also no current. At t is equal to infinity, it allows maximum current. Now here, second case, initial current is I naught. Initial current is I naught. At t is equal to 0 plus also same. same initial current I0. At t is equal to infinity, maximum current flows through the inductor. Now consider a simple consider simple circuit. Circuit consists of a 10 volts battery, and again here it is a switch, and inductor whose value is equal to 2 ampere. Okay, switch is connected to point A at one time interval, and again switch is connected to point B another time interval, and let us assume that initial current through inductor is 0. Initial current through inductor is 0. Now let us assume case 1. Let us assume SV is connected to point A. Now the equivalent circuit is, this is 10 volt. This is inductor. Now find current flowing through the circuit. Now switch S is connected to point A. Now the circuit is, now already we know that V is equal to L di by dt. So V is equal to L di by dt, that is equal to di by dt is equal to 10 by 2, then di by dt is equal to 5. Then again integrate. Now I of t is equal to 5 into t plus a, where a is equal to constant, where a is constant. A value can be found by using initial conditions. What is initial condition here? A given initial condition is I of 0 minus is equal to 0. So initial condition is I of 0 minus is equal to 0. Then substitute here. Then I of t is equal to 5 into. Now then draw the, this is t. Now here this is current I of t is equal to, is a 5t. Okay. Now that means current changes with respect to time. Okay. With a scaling factor is 5. Now second case is at t is equal to 2 seconds. S is connected to point B. So at t is equal to 2 seconds. Now here at t is equal to, this is 2 seconds, this is 1. Here and t in seconds. So at t is equal to 2 seconds, at t is equal to 2 seconds. Substitute t value here, then maximum I of t is equal to 10 amperes. So this value is 10 amperes. Now find the response t greater than 2 seconds. Now just before 2 seconds, that is I of 2 minus is equal to 2 amperes. Then I of 2 plus, already in an inductor, I of 0 plus is equal to I of 0 minus. I of 0 plus is equal to I of 0 minus. That means I of 2 plus is equal to I of 2 minus. So I of 2 plus also 10 ampere current. Just after 2 seconds, current also 10 amperes. Now the switch is connected in point B. That means connected in point B. This is a short circuit. This is inductor 2 Henry L. Now current I. Now here also some apply KVL. What is here? V is equal to L di by d. Now here voltage is equal to 0. Short circuit. Voltage is equal to 0. 2 into di by dt. So di by dt is equal to 0. Di by dt is equal to 0. That means this is true. The above expression is true if I is constant. If I is equal to constant, then constant of differentiation is 0. That means the waveforms are, this is some 10 ampere, this is I of t, this is 2 seconds, this is 1 second, 0. T greater than 2 seconds, the current is constant. The current is constant. That means what is the current? 10 ampere current. So this is the response of the circuit. Here once again here is, when S is connected to point A, when S is connected to point A, then the response of the circuit is, the current increases with respect to time, with the scaling factor is, what is this expression is, I of t is equal to 5 into t. Then at t is equal to 2 seconds, here the time is seconds, at t is equal to 2 seconds, switch is connected to point B. When switch is connected to point B, then the differentiation is equal to 0. This is valid only if the current is constant. So t greater than 2 seconds, current is constant 10 amperes. So this is the response. Like that in transient analysis, here there is a one switch, this is a switch. This switch is closed or this switch is open at particular instant. Based upon the initial conditions, find out the response of the circuit. This is simple inductor. Next class we discuss capacitor initial conditions. Then after that we are concentration on combination of resistor, capacitor, resistor, inductor, resistor, capacitor and inductor. Thank you.